It's that time.
Time for y'all favorite show to be on right now, okay? Favorite podcast, okay?
Podcast
all right.
in the world.
In the world, man. We're getting into this.
Yes.
Getting into this, man. Mm-hmm. Breaking down your dreams, B.
Breaking down your dreams.
Breaking down your dreams so you can accomplish them and make them happen.
Yes.
And chunk them so that you can make it better. Correct. We're going to get into that right here on the D&D Leveling Up Podcast. And if you don't know, now you know. Right, man. Yo. We're here. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe.
Please.
Hey, hit the Patreon.
Let's go.
Whatever y'all feel like giving is cool with us.
Yes, we do appreciate it.
Comments.
Yes,
likes,
please comment.
We take all that.
We're celebrating that we have 50 subscribers.
50 subscribers, B. That's crazy. Big time. Crazy, man. Yeah. Going from that 3
to 50.
3 to 50 is.
We appreciate you. Every person who subscribed, we appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much.
You guys are so appreciated.
Yeah.
Keep watching because we got more for you.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So we're gonna get into this, man.
Mm-hmm.
I recently got my hair done.
Okay. Yeah.
Sitting with my hairdresser and very very bright young lady, entrepreneur, trying to do everything she can do.
Okay.
And she's talking about her vision for us for our future. I'm like, okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, we're getting somewhere. This is a good conversation.
Yeah.
So we started talking about what she wanted, and she was like, I want to have a farm, and I want to do this with it, and I want to do that with it. I was like, okay. Okay, this sounds nice.
Different.
Hey, you want your own land.
Yeah, that's what you want your own land. Yeah.
So I was like, that was the gist of the dream.
Yeah.
That was the gist of it. So I'm like, okay. So what I do is I make it feasible for it to happen. Like, what do you have to do to get all this stuff done?
Correct.
Like, you gotta break this down because if not, you kind of got like it's a
fantasy.
It's a hope.
Yeah, it's a hope. It's
a hope if you don't know exactly what you want.
But interesting thing you should say hope. But interesting thing definition of hope is confident expectation.
Okay.
So in reality, she has a hope that she's confidently expecting to, but you still have to put things in place.
You have to put things in place to make things happen, man. Yeah. So I was like, okay, what I do in my head naturally, I go straight to it. I say, oh, okay. Well, how many acres you want?
Yeah.
How many acres is it going to take to do what you want to do?
Correct.
Okay. Like 10. You think 10 going to be enough? I say, no.
Yeah.
No, not to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You want to have room to expand. So
true.
Let's go 50.
Yeah.
Let's go 50.
50 acres.
If you can do 10,
50.
You can do 50 now.
10 acres is a lot too.
10 acres is a lot to do what you think you want to do.
Exactly.
But let's say you get those 10.
Yeah.
And you tell yourself, like me, you want a go-kart track.
Yeah.
You want a drag strip.
Yeah.
You want to land your plane.
Bro, hey, listen. Let me tell you something that's crazy. Listen, now this relates to you.
Right.
You know Chris Bodie is, right?
Sort of, kind of.
So Chris Bodie, okay, so for all you don't know Chris Bodie's a trumpet player. Right. So he's a trumpet player, played for Sting, and eventually, Sting fired him so he could put him on his tour so he could open up because he was afraid to to go out there.
Right.
And Sting was like, no, I'm gonna fire you and put you out there.
Put you on.
So he put him on, he has $1 million retainer anytime he goes anywhere.
Woo.
So he was talking about the fact that he was trying to race he got a Porsche, right? And then he's got a McLaren. And so he was like, well, I had to go get this other place where they already have tracks at this location at these other places.
Right.
So for people who have cars like that, they have places where they have to
where they can't take them nowhere else.
They can't take them nowhere else. So you could actually purchase a house that has in that area a track for your car.
Yes.
So one of the houses that he has, he purchased and got that where he has to drive his car at that track. And then, of course, he has another one, a strip for his plane or whatever, his jet.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So that's what reminded me about
That's how you got to do it, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to have enough to be like, okay, when I want to expand, when I have my next big idea.
Yeah.
will I have room to do it?
Correct.
10 acres is way more than I got right now.
Yeah.
It's 10 more than I got right
10
now.
more than you got right now.
But at the same time, in the same thought process, I'm like, okay, well, I like to do things, a little bit bigger than usual.
Yeah.
Like I want my own train. I want
He wants that train.
I want the Back to the Future train in my
Really?
front yard. At least you have to pass it before you get to my house.
Interesting.
You get what I'm saying? And I need an F-14 jet that you have to pass. I wanted to sit on like, you know how you have the model jets that sit on like a stand?
Yeah.
I wanted to sit on a giant stand as you pass the train from Back to the Future and then an F-14.
Yeah.
Then you might get to my house about a quarter of a mile down.
Wow. That's extra.
Okay.
That's regular. But you know what? That's normal. That's normal for you. And that's fine.
This is it.
That's
I'm
fine.
like, why not?
Why? And this is the thing I always wonder about. People are like,
big, man.
Why do you have all this and why should you have this? Why not? Because you're not going to live forever.
Why not?
Why not? You should get everything that you want to get in life. You should just, anything you want to get, you should be able to achieve that.
Get it done.
Get
to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people will call you crazy. They'll be like, man, why you want all that?
Yeah.
What does that matter? I want it.
Yeah.
You want something else.
Yeah.
Just what I'm saying? Get over yourself.
Yeah.
And let me have what I think I want. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
When I get it, I'll let you know, okay? I'll probably invite you. Now if I invite you and you don't come, you're a real G for that.
Yeah.
You'll be like, I'm like, oh, he didn't even want to come once I got it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
They'll probably want to come just because you just said it just now.
Look.
It'll be in the comments. Be like,
look,
hey,
you're welcome to the D&D Level Up track.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I think it's a place. I think it's Bonneville. Okay. No, it's Bonneville Flats. I like that. I like that place. Mm-hmm. Well, they race on just like really. Mm-hmm. They race in this old lake bed.
Okay.
And it's like it's flat. It's like the only place where you can like do these high speed runs on. Mm-hmm. But I don't think anybody owns it. Mm-hmm. But I want enough to have like at least a Circle 8 track or something. You know what I'm saying? Do like a little NASCAR or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. At least where people can come. I would love to have a place where people can come and race their cars that they only get insured. Yeah. That's what it is though. Yeah, okay. They only insured to race those cars at those tracks.
Interesting. Okay.
Like if you buy a Ferrari, I think it's a Ferrari FXX. Okay. Like it's one of those Enzos. Mm-hmm. You have to race it. You have to take it to a specific track. Okay. They don't let you bought it. Yeah. It's yours.
That's true.
You have to pay somebody to transport it to different tracks for you to race on.
There's rules, there's rules that we don't know about. You guys don't understand? Like you can't just go and buy a Ferrari. You just buy a Ferrari.
Oh man. Chunking your dream, man. Yeah. If you don't chunk the dream, you don't know that you can't do that.
Yeah. Exactly.
You won't get there till you get all the way up there and be like, I can't have my dream now because I didn't think about this.
Yeah. It's weird because, the things you think are the way, unless you actually investigate and discover these things, because sometimes we think, okay, these things are just going to come together because we think about or visualize or fantasize about it.
Right.
But they're not until you actually start, I was telling you about the whole situation with the guy who owns Panera Bread. He does a post-mortem obituary every year. Because, wow. Because his dad died. On his deathbed, he regretted like parts of his life. So what he does is he writes out his obituary, excuse me, of all the things that he wants to accomplish in life. Mm-hmm. And so what he does is he reverse engineers that. He goes back and tries to do everything possible to get to that point of accomplishing the goal that he started with in the beginning of the year that he doesn't want to have a regret from. So now he takes all the regret out. It's called anti-goals. So you know what I'm saying? So you have a goal,
anti-goal,
but it's like it's an anti-goal, which means you want to achieve that goal, but it's not really specifically. You're trying to do it so you could prevent regret. You know what I'm saying? That's what it really. That's why it's an anti-goal, because the goal you set a goal and you have an objective to meet that goal, and here's the objective is how you're going to reach it. But basically, it's like reverse engineering it, where you basically making sure you don't regret not even doing it at all. So he creates the steps to go backward from where that was and be like, okay, if I was on my deathbed, if I had to go back in time, right, how would I go back in time and go ahead and get it? So by the time I get to my deathbed, I already achieved that goal.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
That's wild.
That's wild, right? It's
That's
like
wild
almost,
to take that approach, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you going back in time to make sure that you did this, so you don't. So by the time you get here, you won't have regretted not doing it.
Man, it's like my guy Myron Goldman says.
Myron Goldman, shout
out. We are expiring. Yeah. We have to start moving like we're expiring.
Correct.
And that is exactly what it is. It's like keeping it before you. Like, I'm like, it's not a thing to keep you like depressed about it.
Yeah.
It's a thing to keep you aware of what's going on.
Motivated.
It's like time. We created this thing called time.
Yeah, time.
And then we operate in it, and then we're like, okay, well, we got all the time in the world. No, we don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. It is.
You're passing away every day.
It is.
Yeah,
man, we got people passing away. Way too many people, man.
Yeah.
It's that right there. I just had somebody pass away in my wife's family this morning. It was just absolutely insane.
Wow.
You know, it's the young people, the old people. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
that's why we have to move like we wanted to happen, man. You gotta have a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
And sometimes that sense of urgency comes with a word. It's a big word, man.
Okay.
Preparation.
Preparation, yeah.
Preparation, man. You gotta get yourself ready and prepare for all these things that you want.
Yeah.
So, like I was saying with the conversation with my hairdresser, I was like, yo. Let's break. I didn't say this specifically, but I'm like, let's break it down. I'm breaking it down.
Yeah.
So that I can get her to go, okay, all right. Yeah, I do need to.
Yeah.
Like, this is exactly what I want. This is my vision. Like you got to make it plain.
Exactly.
Like, just saying you want some land.
Yeah.
Is not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough for at least for the universe to answer you back and say, I want to give it to you.
Exactly.
Like, God doesn't want to hear just that random vision. He's like. He knows that you want specific things. You need to know that you want these specific things, man. And if you can do that, you can make it articulatable. You can make it happen. If you can chunk it and create this vision for yourself, it can happen for you. It's not impossible. It's not impossible.
But it's the fear, I think, a lot of times that people like think about all the things you have to think about. I'm just thinking about myself. It's not my dream. But it's interesting. Like I was looking at this Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone, and on there he's in Tulsa where there are all these people dealing with horses and stuff, and it's nice, it's great.
Right.
But then you got to maintain all these animals. That's gonna be a cost. You got to first buy the land. Now, how are you gonna build? Well, you can build a barn dominium on there.
Right.
You know, you could build whatever you want to build. That's gonna be cost. This labor cost. You're gonna build that place out. Are you gonna be what area? Because I mean. Depends on what area you're going to be living. Because she's going to live in Florida. She's going to live, you know what I'm saying? So some places can be less expensive.
This is why I got into it, man. I just went in straight. I went in the straight like Daryl mode. Yeah. Like, okay, well, how many of this do you want? Yeah. If you want this, and this, and this, then you can start. Then the wheels can start turning in your head. Yeah. You can figure out how much this costs to get. Yeah. And what this is going to cost you. I'm like, a lot of people. I wouldn't say a lot of people. A couple people that I know want farms, and I'm like, that's cool, but
that's cool. They want to put
you don't live that type of life.
Yeah, exactly.
You really don't.
And you know what to do.
The laws are different.
The laws are different.
They're different for people on land and with farm animals. Yeah. It ain't just about the tax breaks, y'all. Yeah. It's a different life.
Yeah, completely.
It's not the same.
And you got to maintain it, or if you have to pay somebody to maintain it, because it's not even so much a responsibility that you have by yourself. Right. You have to have people there working. It will fall apart if you're thinking about what we're thinking about, like a ranch.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to have people working for you. Because you're not going to be shoveling manure.
Not all day. And then trying to figure out how you're going to feed the cows, the chickens, the lambs, the llamas. Exactly. Then you're going to have to figure out how you're going to keep the flies off the lambs, the llamas. You got to figure out how you're going to keep the hogs away from the ducks and the ducks away from the hogs, and how you're going to keep all your livestock alive when there's wolves out there. You have to figure all of this out. Yeah. This is not something...
That's easily
done. Yeah. That particular vision, I'm like, you can have it. Yeah. I just want to see if you're aware. Sometimes I be wanting to see if people are aware of what comes with this stuff. Man.
Yeah. Maybe they just be talking out their mouth.
I watch it different. Yeah. It could be. Yeah. But that's why I brought up That's why I brought up chunking it down. I was like, how many acres do you want?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I like to help people get to where they're going because I see where they're going sometimes before they
go. Yeah, it's very easy to be objective because people most time when they're subjective in something, it's very hard for you to see because all you can see is there. Like you on the outside objective, you can see like, okay, this is coming from here. This is coming from here. You can see all the threats. Right. People can't see threats because they don't think about threats when they have to deal with anything. Right. Like, SWOT analysis is being able to see all your strengths and your weaknesses, right? Right. And potential threats. And you could apply that to any type of situation with business or anything. But a lot of people, when they're one-track minded about one goal, they don't see the threats that are out there. They don't see what is good that's happening.
I get that, man. I'll be like, yo, like, do you see what you asking for? Yeah. I'm like, cool. Yeah. I'm not knocking it at all. I'm like, I'm not trying to destroy the dream. I want to get you there. I want to see if you really want this. Yeah. Because I know a lot of people that just talk about it. Yeah, it's true. I'm like, if you really want it, you're going to know some details about this. Correct. This is something I used to tell my wife when she was my girlfriend. Say, you really want something, you know details about it. Yeah, it's true. You do. Like, if you really wanted it, or you just wanted it because you saw somebody else had it, then it's be like, oh, you don't know nothing about it. You just want it. Exactly. It's like when you really after something, you know what's going on. You know what? It's so funny. Like one of these guys on this meme was saying that you can actually achieve anything you want in 5 years. You just have to know what you want and be willing to get it. And then also surround yourself with the people who are already in it and then go after it. Because to be honest with you, a lot of us are just distracted on the things that we deal with in regular life. People people just go home 9 to 5, they go home, go to work, and they maybe go on vacation, and that's pretty much their life. Yeah. I don't really want a life in where it's only kind of regular. I don't think God built it in me to have a life where it's like, okay, I'm just going to take a 9 to 5 job and I'm going to go on vacation, buy a house, and that's it, and then you die. I don't want that. I saw that with a bird's eye view. I don't like the look of it. Exactly. I want to see everything I want to get and be like, okay, God put it in me because if I didn't want it or desire it, why is it in me? Right. You know what I'm saying? So he put it in me to desire, but I don't want to have any regrets whatsoever. They say that the richest place in the world is a cemetery because all the potentials of the should and could and would be are there. You're going to get there eventually, but you don't want to be like, I should have did. We hate the word should. No should. That should. You killed the whole... You know what I'm saying? Even if you did live your life where you just came home and did the regular stuff, you hit yourself with that should at that last moment. Yeah, you messed it. You just hurried yourself on into the light. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. Yeah, it's tough living with the shouldas, man. Yeah, and I told myself, look, man, I don't want anybody else to live with the shouldas either. Yeah, exactly. So I help people break down. Yeah, when I talk, I help people break down these goals. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, what you want to do? Yeah. Okay. Well, you want to do this? All right, let's chunk it. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's do this. Are you this? We're not even gonna get to are you this type of person? Yeah. Because that can seem discouraging. Yeah. I'm like, exactly. Let's dream first. Yeah. Yeah. Let's dream first. Let's go. Okay. Well, let me see if you can see it. Yeah. Because if you can see it, you can have it. Correct. If you can't see it, you can't have it. You can't have it. Yeah. You never put your hands on it. Yeah. You just. You gotta go to the dealership and touch the Ferrari. Go there. We're telling people, go to the dealerships. Yeah. All right? They need your business anyway right now. Yeah. If you're into bikes, Harley is financing bikes at 1.99%. Harley Davidson. At 1.99%. If you want to sponsor Harley, we're with it. I'd ride a Harley. I personally ride a road glide. Okay? All right? All right, it's okay. It's okay. We're just getting the helmet on first. Hey, if you're ready, I'm telling you what's going on with Harley right now. If you about that life, that's what's on you. Want that dream, and you need it financed just a little bit better than it is right now. It's the best time right now. They got to get them out. They got to get them off the floor. Oh, really? Nothing's selling. Oh, wow, nothing's selling. Cars are not really selling like that right now. It's so weird. It's so weird. I just bought like the Challenger recently. So in that time, people were like not getting. You couldn't get a car. You couldn't get one. And now they're selling cars like left, right, and center. It's ridiculous now. They have to sell. They have to sell them. They got to sell them. They're not selling I don't know what it is. The economy's doing what it's doing. Houses are doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
They just made an announcement that the recession kind of is halted a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. There's somebody. Look, man. Yeah. You know how they do. Yeah. Print some more money.
Yeah. Of course.
Raise rates.
Yeah.
Pause it. Mm-hmm. Try and keep it paused because if it goes a certain level, then inflation keeps going up.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to pause it at a certain level. So we just got really nerdy into the inflation.
No, I know.
But let's talk about your dreams.
Yeah.
Okay. When you say you got a dream, you should know something about it.
Yeah. Find out information. Get contact with people who are surrounding that dream. Because there are other people, there's one thing that I was looking at Warren Buffett. It was like, if you're going to be successful, you need to be able to associate yourself outside of people who are smarter than yourself or outside your peripheral or your purview. Mm-hmm. The way you get to the point of being is you've got to surround yourself with the people that you want to be like.
Wow.
If you want to be a millionaire or a billionaire, you got to be in touch with people who have the same, because what happens is their mentality draws you out of your mentality. You can't think outside the box unless you have people who think outside the box, because you can only think the way you think.
Right.
The only way to get out of that is to be associated with somebody who already thinks on a higher level than you do in the area that you want to deal with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking about something that's very deep this week. I was thinking about an agent who was getting all this knowledge about, our job and things like that. And they're a very young person. And I was thinking to myself, you know what? If that person didn't have access to the internet, she'd have to wait until she met a person with all the knowledge, and they'd have to show her what it was.
You have to run into that person.
They have to run into the person, and they don't necessarily have to do that, because now, it talks about the Bible that, as the last days come, knowledge is increased, right?
Right.
But most people have access to all information on the internet, or most information, right?
Right.
But what if there was no internet? You'd have to go to those individuals, be like, hey, could you teach me? And they'd be like, no, I teach you nothing. You know what I'm saying? You had to go to several people and be like, man, could you show me? Or no, you're gonna have to watch me do it.
That's how that's how Kemet worked.
Oh, really?
When the Kemet was a great library in Africa, and people would come study, and all these great Greek philosophers were the people who came and studied in Africa.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
And then took it back, and all of a sudden you're like this guru now.
Yeah.
But you studied it. You studied in a whole nother country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They didn't send everybody to Kemet. They sent some of the people, sent their smartest people and their brightest people to Kemet to learn more.
Wow.
And to study, and they studied, and some people just didn't make it.
Yeah.
They couldn't. It was a vetting process.
Oh, wow.
And some people just didn't make the vetting process to stay in this library.
Wow.
And to study with these people.
That's
so you do have to go out there, man. Yeah. This is an extreme example. Mm-hmm. Okay. There were times where people had to leave family, friends in other countries to go learn about something.
Yeah.
Get vetted there, get tested just to study.
Wow. And now we just have access to everything.
Yeah. And we let stuff fall to the wayside, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, and
what's the distraction?
But the interesting thing is there is other things that are not accessible to us.
Okay.
There are things out there. There's knowledge that's not accessible.
Okay.
Because there's going to be places where they're not going to allow everybody to get every type of thing.
Right, but I feel like that's at the top of the upper echelon.
Yeah.
Everybody, I won't say everybody. Well, most of us have the opportunity to get to a couple million.
We do.
At least 10.
At least 10.
Okay.
We do.
In America, do you guys understand when you have a $30,000 job, you're in the top? I forgot. It was like top 5 or 1% of the world.
Oh, really? Wow.
The rest of the world is not making 30 grand a
year. They're not. We consume 80% of the resources in the world.
And then we're like, if you make more than 30 grand, you're in the top 1% of the world.
Yeah. Billy Graham said that. You guys think that you're not, compared to the rest of the world?
Compared to the rest of the world. I'm not talking about down the street.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about to the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Or Kanye's.
Yeah.
Or that's
extreme
that's
level.
top 3% in America.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's America. We're talking about the entire world.
Yeah.
7 continents.
You got a house.
You're at the top of it.
You got a place to live. I mean, just having a place to lay your head, having a car, and the ability to go and get some food in a supermarket, you're pretty much winning.
Oh man, I went to this is another story, man. I went to a place called Nutrition Smart. Shout out to Nutrition Smart.
Shout out to Nutrition Smart.
All right. And there's a lady there. It's a health food store.
Okay.
Serve all your vitamins, all your supplements, all the cheeses that you like to eat with now. Yeah. All of that stuff's there. Yeah. Everything. Right? Down to deodorants, natural deodorants and bars and soap. It's a great place. Okay. It's an awesome place. The cashier there was Russian.
Okay.
And she was like, you guys just don't know. Yeah. She was talking to somebody else. She was like, you guys just don't know what it is to be able to shop wherever you want to.
Wow.
And I was like,
freedoms that we have.
I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
She was like, sometimes we would have to go. We go to one store.
Yeah.
She was like, in Russia, we went to one store.
Oh wow.
And that store has a monopoly on everything.
I know, because they have a black market there too.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's say so. This one store has a monopoly on everything, so the prices are astronomical.
Of course.
Way more astronomical than we think we are in right now. We get born into this, this kind of privilege, at least in America.
Yeah.
Most of us. Let's get to the most of us, because a lot of people are gonna be in the comments talking about, well, I ain't get that type of privilege. I say, we got to really start assessing where we are in this world.
We're in a good space,
okay?
Despite the fact it doesn't seem like it in some ways, but we are.
Look, bro, we got people who've gone from that. Here's why I say you can't make that excuse. Like I wasn't privileged about. You can't make that excuse. I don't want to hear it. Tyler Perry went from staying in his car, to owning his own motion picture studio,
which is a big stretch.
Okay, sleeping in your car.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Another person.
Homeless.
Yeah. Sleeping in a car to being a multi-millionaire, partnering with other things and having a vision and seeing it through.
Yeah. Okay. Too many jobs.
There's too many examples. Of the people who can be, how you can be great. You know what I'm saying? And how you can be successful. You know how you be successful? Don't quit.
Don't quit. Just keep going. Don't stop. And then stay on
the moment you quit, you fail.
You fail. You fail when you quit. If you don't quit, you don't fail.
All right? Yeah. But if it isn't your dream, you're failing.
Yeah.
Okay? If it isn't your thing, you're kind of failing at it.
Yeah.
Because or it doesn't help you get to where you want to be. If you don't know what your dream is.
That's true. That's a problem.
Yeah, you're upset.
Of course, you're frustrated.
You're frustrated. You don't know.
Yeah.
And when you don't know, it becomes a point of frustration. It becomes the bane of your existence when you're ignorant to what's going on. So
awareness is key.
If you got a phone enough to even hear this, or another device where you can even hear this,
you're already winning.
You're already winning.
Yeah.
You just got to decide
what you want
to do.
Yeah.
Have that talk with yourself. It's not crazy to have that talk with yourself. Like, look, I'm doing great things. All right, this is what we're doing. This is what I'm doing this week.
Yeah.
Okay? You do that. You make sure you get yourself right.
Yeah.
Try and eat right. Try and eat well, because that affects your brain.
And rest well. Because rest. So it's eating, resting, and exercise. Those 3 things. If you do those 3 things consistently, you'll be fine. If you take any one of those 3 things, those are Holy Trinity, out, you're gonna have problems in life.
If you overindulge in one than the other.
Exactly.
Like
you overeat, if you oversleep, or you overexercise, you'll injure your body. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people are injured is actually going to the gym and doing more weights or doing more things, and they get their whole body out of whack because you're overdoing it. And you know what I'm saying? You can't overdo anything. You gotta do everything in measurements.
You gotta find your balance for the time that you're at. Like, this food thing has been my thing this week. It's been really tough.
Oh wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Halloween being around. There's a lot of
candy. I was eating candy like crazy.
So there's candy everywhere.
Yeah, I was eating too much candy.
Candy everywhere. In the middle of the week, I'm just like,
I had to stop.
I'm drained.
Yeah, because it makes you tired.
It makes you tired. That
all the
sugar.
All the sugar makes you tired.
And you like, oh man. And then when you don't say no, the end of this week, I went to the gym earlier this week. I was going, and I'm like then the end of the week came, and I was just like, I was down, man. My brain, I had my thoughts changed. You know what I'm saying? Because my food was different. Yeah. And I was like, man, this isn't just because of what's happening with me. Yeah. This is a great life. I got a car. Yeah. I got a job. I got a wife. I'm happy. Yeah. Why would I be down? Why would I feel down? I'm like, what am I down about? Yeah. Yeah. No, I need to be planning my next victory. Yeah, next victory. No, I'm sitting there talking about what didn't happen and why I don't have this and why I don't have that. I said, you know what? This stops today. Yeah. Yeah. And it's gonna start with this food. Yeah. I have to change my surroundings in order to change my mind. Mm. For me. Yeah. Like if the house is out of order, I feel like that's the way my brain is right now.
That is, bro. You know, it's so funny you should say that. This is the thing I want to let everybody know. Like if your house is out of order, your mind's out of order.
It's pretty much. It's like a reflection of what's going on inside you.
Because if everything is organized, that's what your mind is. Your mind is. Right. It won't allow you to do things outside of itself that is not in order. Mm-hmm. So when you have things a mess, you have to start taking inventory. Like, yo, maybe my mind is a mess at this point because obviously I'm not taking care of things in order to keep them in order. Like, you know, I was telling people this hack when it comes to like trying to situate your life. Like clean your car, clean your room, right? Clean your place, and then clean your finances. How you do all these things is put everything in order. You can't focus if things are out of order. Like I can't, like if I'm trying to practice music or do anything, I can't, if the place is a mess, I can't practice. I got to fix up the place first and then I can practice because I'm seeing distraction all over around me. If I don't have distraction around me, I can't focus on what I need to do. So I know when I'm off focus, the place is a mess because I know something's going on.
Something's going on. Something's going on with me.
Exactly.
And like that's why I have people chunk their visions because once you have that one thing that you just threw out because somebody asked you, like, what do you want? Like, I want this. I'm like, you just said that because you needed an answer. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You needed an answer real quick. Let me. Now, if you really want it, let's break it down. Break it down. Let's clean up this vision.
So tell me what she said. What did she say at that point though?
She broke it down. She was like, I want this, I want this, I want this split up into this, I want that. And, you know, but I provided the questions to be like, asking what do you asking the right. I'm trying to ask the right questions. Yeah. Because that's all part about it. I don't want to discourage. Yeah. I'm not here to discourage when I ask these questions. I'm here to clarify the vision.
Clarify the vision, yeah.
I'm like, I hear what you're saying, but that's my vision of what you're saying.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm really asking, what is give me your vision, your picture of what you actually want. If you can do that, you can chalk it up and you can make it into whatever you want.
So I'll give you an example. So I told you like maybe 2 weeks ago I met with this other guy who was a developer, right, an IT developer who has his own company, right? And I just thought about what you just said. Like we have to create like a pitch deck, you know, is basically, or not even that, so much of a video to send to investors to understand the vision of what the application is about. And man, crunching your vision down to something somebody else can put into a package is not an easy thought process. But you've got to come down. It's like not fearing it or anything. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like a lot to you got to take it in a funnel. You like have a funnel. You got to bring it all the way down into the funnel to make it, you know, it's basically called explainer videos. So you basically taking all the information you have, bringing it down to one purpose so somebody can see it and they can say, okay, I want to invest in what you're doing. But crunching all the information is the hardest part.
It's the hardest part.
It's the hardest part.
The implementation part is the hardest part.
It's the hardest part. Because now you're basically taking a vision. You've written down your vision now, but now you've got to explain your vision to somebody else so they can give your vision to somebody else.
There it is.
You know, and that's a hard thing. So now I'm going to discuss with the person who's doing the explainer video, like, okay, this is my vision for it. I want it to look like this.
Right. So you got to know that what you want it to look like.
Exactly. So when somebody else sees the information, they can catch my vision and they'll be like, okay, I want to spend some money putting into your vision.
Right.
So basically what is an idea, you know, people would think that we have all these things. They want to like make money for this and do that. A lot of times it's just an idea that you have and you have to convince somebody that the idea that you have is valuable enough to somebody to invest in.
I feel like that it works when you have the clarification, like we were saying.
Correct, exactly.
When people can see it in their mind, what you're actually trying to talk about and about to do, the more real you make it for them, the more that people want to invest in the situation.
Correct.
And that's what you got to do. You got to make it more real so people can. You got to clarify it so you can even get this help. You're gonna need help on your way to getting your vision done.
Exactly.
Some type of interaction with a human is gonna have to happen. Okay, all right. And we're gonna talk about
I want to interject. A lot of times we think when we're trying to accomplish a dream that we can do it on our own. No. The people who will really accomplish the things that they accomplish, majority of the time it's with help. You have help. The Bible talks about, if you want to go to war, you need many counselors. You're going to war. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get certain things done. You're going to war against yourself. Because the only person who's stopping you from doing what you need to get done is you. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you. It's the fear of what stops you is your fear of being successful or your fear of what's going to be on the other side of what's going to happen. Just like you talked about today, is that you decided to do certain things with the camera, the editing and things like that. In fact, but I mean, what was the worst that could happen? I always think about that. What's the worst that could happen? You know what I'm saying?
What are you gonna do? Watch it again?
Exactly. Or let it watch you. Like I have so many things I've got to accomplish during this week, like even today, and I'm like, I'm not dreading it because on the other side is great success.
Yeah.
There's great reward for it, but it's like getting to it. It's like,
no, you gotta bust it down, man.
What's the energy? I gotta get energy to do this because sometimes when you think about some of these things, I'm tired thinking about doing it.
You took too long to think about it.
Exactly.
There's you gotta do.
You just gotta do.
You like you be like, if you think about it too long, you'll talk yourself out of it. Big time.
You don't want to do it anymore.
These 3 views that we're enjoying right now. I was talking myself out of doing this for a couple of weeks. Okay. Yeah. I'm dreading having to. But then I said, you know what? I'm going to go after those things that scare me a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm going to do it.
Go after the things that scare you.
Go after the things that scare you.
Your dream has to be big enough to scare you.
That's right.
If your dreams are not big enough to scare you, they're not big enough dreams.
It's not worth it half the time.
Yeah, because if it was in your purview or your control to do it, then it's too easy for you.
And then there's so many other distractions you can go do besides having to slightly struggle with something.
That's true.
Like if you're gonna struggle with it, it's worth doing.
It's worth
just
doing.
A little bit. It's worth doing.
It is. It is
okay.
Worth doing. Yeah.
Get out here, get it done, chunk the vision, get the vision done, make it plain. Clarify it, define it.
Yeah.
And then come back and comment in the comment section right here on the D&D Leveling Up Podcast. And if you don't know, now you know. That's right, guys. Make it happen.
Make it happen. Deuces.
Deuces.